Day 6 is here, guys. Another day. Obviously, it's a Saturday, it's weekend, but we're still going, right? When you're starting out, weekends tend to not be a thing sometimes. And so you got to do what it takes to obviously get there. And so we're just going to keep showing you the compound of what's taking place, messages coming in, right? We got our first person coming in for our case study and what you saw even from yesterday, some stuff picking up. We got a few more potential deals in the pipeline now, just from the work that TJ is doing on the outreach. And so it's day 6. Let's go ahead and dive in and see what we got for today.
Hey, what's up, y'all? Day 6. Dude, we just have so many great things going. So today you guys are going to be seeing, we're still going to be doing our non-negotiables, right? I already got my reading in. We're going to get a workout in later. And all of our posting, joining groups. I went into a totally different city and started joining a bunch of groups. But I also want to tell you guys, I hope you guys can get to this point. I hope you're to this point to where you can find out that in these groups, like when you're joining these groups, there is an admin approval almost on the first post every single time, right? So what I've done is I've just kind of came up with a fun post. All right, I got to ask, is anyone here actually trying to grow a business, or we'll just post links and pray and someone clicks? Let's get a real convo going and see if we can help each other win. Pick up my cat for attention. It's a real picture of my cat, okay? We're just trying to do something fun to get our foot in the door to where we can start posting in these groups. So I've been running into this a lot. I ran into a lot yesterday. I'm running into a lot today. But that's okay. Guys, remember, we're going to run into roadblocks. Nothing is going to be perfect, right? It's just part of the game. So we'll keep plugging along. I'll show you guys here in just a little bit. We're going to be reaching out to some of the other people and getting them on, see if they're a good fit for onboarding for our free review system, so we can get those testimonials, right? Once we get those testimonials, we'll go those on the site, and then we're going to start bringing in some more clients. We do have some clients, potential clients in the pipeline already, which is fantastic just from our reach out and stuff. So I'm excited to show you guys that and kind of how that's going to work. And like I said, man, we're going for 30 days, 0 to 10K in MRR. I think we're going to crush it, but we'll see. I mean, it could not happen. So that's all, that's there too. So we'll keep plugging along, keep showing you guys some different stuff here. All right, showing you guys here, we just did make a bunch of posts, and just remember, guys, I'm taking some of these are in different groups, right? So I'm taking some of the posts that I've already used in groups, like adding value posts, and I'm just putting in these different ones. So let's see right here. We're on batch 6, and so I went through even some of the ones I posting like batch 1 and batch 2. I was grabbing those posts and posting them in batch 6. Some of them didn't get approved. It's okay. Some of them are pending. It's fine. You know what I mean? As long as we're doing and getting that work. I'll also add a bunch of groups for tomorrow. And I've already started working on the list for the next day as well. And then I'm a little bit being real with y'all. Okay. It's, this is how it is I've got to finish out this list. We got to add this all to batch 1 and then keep building that out, because we're going to keep building that out and adding and adding and adding. So just showing you guys that, hey, we're doing the freaking work, man. And I'm excited. We're really close. We have two people that are onboarding with us right now for the reviews deal. I did reach out to and followed up with a bunch of other people. Some people are like, oh, I'm on vacation. Hey, let me get back with you in a few days. That's totally fine. Obviously, we're kind of trying to be in a rush. Hey, let's get this done now. But we do have 2 for sure that are loading up, that are happy to give testimonial, that are happy to work with us, which is great. Obviously, we're going to do something really cool for them. And one conversation actually ended up well, we might look at doing some other stuff, because I want to know some more stuff about what else you guys do. So just remember, our intention, that's not necessarily our intention, but if it happens, it's a great thing. So talking about some other of our services, even early on, is just totally fine. The first thing is we want to make sure and get them a killer result using the review system that we're going to do, like what Kate explained. I think that was on day 4, about how we're putting that together and doing all that stuff. So, dude, we're just rocking and rolling, guys. Day to day, every day, kicking butt. Again, if you guys have any questions or comments, leave them down below. Happy to answer some, kind of what we're doing. And then this next week, you'll see a little bit more traction and stuff. So we're going to continue to plug in through the weekend and just keep rocking, baby. Let's go. Hey, here real quick, I'll show you guys just some examples of kind of what we're posting, right? I told you this was the cat the cat post is hilarious, right? Hey, I got to ask everyone here trying to grow a business, or we just posting links and praying someone just clicks. Hey, here's a picture of my cat. Hey, I have a dog training company I've had for 10 years, right? I need to comment something on here. Like this guy, hey, I'm actually starting one. Facebook's only part of what I do. I also have LinkedIn and do cold outreach. I just don't post and pray, blah, blah, blah. Cool. What's your new business? You know what I mean? Just waiting for a response from him. And there's another one that I had. I think it's this one. Same thing with a cat photo. Let's go, baby. And she's like, let's see. I'm definitely trying to grow my business, but as of right now, yeah, just posting links and praying someone clicks on. Rather frustrating, time consuming, but I also don't have a large budget to advertise on Google and places like that. So I just said, hey, the main things we're really focused on is web presence, website, Google business profile, social media, Facebook, Google ads, depending on what niche. I know this one does cost money, but all these like she can do, right? Or they can be done very inexpensive. Once you have those dialed in, this networking, what type of business is it, right? And I haven't got a response from her here. This is probably something I'll DM her about because she's like, what kind of business do you run? I said, oh, I own multiple, but I love coming into groups and networking. One of our businesses is a digital marketing agency, which we, of course, use to help grow our other businesses we own. If anyone is struggling with anything, I'll see if I can help. I would probably change that now, to be honest with you. Like, I would change my tone a little bit. So just remember, I'm not perfect at this stuff, guys, okay? And you don't have to be either. Like, you're going to get better as long as you're kind of like reviewing and understanding, hey, I probably made a mistake or I probably did something different. I probably shouldn't have done that. That's okay. So right now I'm going to finish. Let's see here. We have that one done. I'm going to finish, where are we at? 113 responses. I need to finish 7 more here, and then we need to get a couple more comments and groups and stuff like that. So gonna finish that stuff up. It's gonna be the end of day 6, guys. Another successful day. Like, we've had some cool conversations. We have some people in the I think I talked about that already. Like, we have 2 people that are doing the onboarding for the reviews, which is huge. And we have to follow up. There's like several people on vacation that filled out the form and all this stuff, so that I've already reached out to. So we'll have some of those come in this next week. And then we're just going to continue plugging on. Like, this doesn't end. You know, we don't take a day off from this right now just because we're showing you 30 days. So we're doing this every single day. I'm pumped to show you guys this. So end of day 6. And we'll have a recap at the end. And then we'll see you guys for day 7. Again, if you have any questions, comment below. We got you guys. Woo!
Hey guys, day 6 here. Really quick, wanted to show you something that I'm building out here for a cold email automation that will run through N8N. Now, we're using N8N for this. There's, of course, a million different ways. You can do cold outreach. You can use Instantly or other platforms as well. Now, the reason why we're doing this is just to show you another way to do it, because we know that Instantly, of course, costs money on a monthly basis. And now N8N does as well, but we self-host. We self-host our account, so it allows us to run unlimited automation. So that's why I'm showcasing this here. Now, I'm not done with this, but I just wanted to give you an overview of what we're doing. So basically, how we're going to run this is we're going to run 30 emails a day through one of our emails for the business. And this is going to be for the review system outreach, okay? So the way we have this set up is it's going to schedule every morning. It's going to trigger. It's going to fire off. It's going to look through our spreadsheet. And actually, let me grab that spreadsheet. Where is that? Give me 1 second. So this right here. So we're going to have a spreadsheet that we'll just be able to add business information to over and over and over. And then it will sort through here, and it will only push through 30 at a time. Now, what we're looking at is we're using the number of reviews and their rating as a way to filter and how we're sending messages and altering the messages. And of course, we're going to use AI to write stuff. But I wanted to show that to you here just so you saw that. So it comes through, pulls this list, it filters out any that don't have sent next to it. And again, we're going to end up updating this now as we build upon it. This is just first draft, getting it built out, put together. But what we're going to do is we will eventually have it where it will filter through and it will have like email 1, email 2, email 3, because we'll do 3 follow-ups. to the business. So it will have that built into it as well. But this is just the foundation of what it's running through. It comes through here. It waits 15 minutes, running a loop, and we're only pushing one through every 15 minutes, basically. So it's going to run one at a time, wait 15 minutes, and then it will go through this filter where we have a filter for if they have a 4.5 rating and above with less than 100 views. We're going to run to this prompt with a specific prompt meant to write a message for those users. Then if it's 4.5 rating and above with 100 reviews or more, then we're going to run through this prompt here. It will run, we'll have a Gmail here to send the email. And then once it's done sending the email, then it will update the status to sent on the spreadsheet. So that's what we're building right now. Again, we're not done, but I wanted to show you this because there's obviously a lot of other things we're doing right now too. Like we have our first actual person that we are onboarding for the review case study. We sent them out the email with the instructions and everything that we need from them to finish setting up their account. So we took care of that today. We got our first one on board for the case study, so we'll be able to get them rocking and rolling. Hopefully tomorrow on day 7, if for sure not by Monday on day 8. And then we'll be able to have, hopefully by the end of the week, our first testimonial and review, and possibly a paying customer as well, because I believe TJ had mentioned that they were interested in some other services possibly too. So anyways, getting our foot in the door. So I just wanted to show you that this is a way we're going to be building a cold outreach system for email. How we're kind of segmenting the list. And again, this is specifically for the review, but I want you to just keep this in mind. The way we're segmenting this out is that when you're going to be doing cold email, no matter what your service is, it's important to ensure that the message you are sending is going to the right target audience, and that you actually know how you want to change the messaging based on that specific business or where they're at with their business. Like I'm showing you here with the review system, we're going to send a different message to someone who has a 4.5 rating with less than 100 views. We're going to send another message with people who have a 4.5 and above rating but have over 100 reviews, and then we're going to categorize this down a little bit more too. This last one here is just for anyone that's under a 4.5 rating with essentially less than 100 reviews, but we're going to categorize this down a little bit more. And the whole purpose is just so that the messaging speaks to the business a little bit more personalized. Even using AI to personalize the message with the information we're providing, it still helps to make sure that you're giving the AI specific instructions on how you would like it to create that message based on, that actual statistics, or the what's a better word? Not statistics, but the information about that business, right? You're going to send a different message to someone who's doing $1 million a year versus someone who's just getting started, right? That the wording is going to be different based on where that business is at, or what it is they have, et cetera. And so that's just why we're splitting this up, but we're also splitting it up too, so that we don't have to put all that information into one prompt. So it's also reducing token usage and cost on the actual AI, which is another reason why we're splitting up these prompts as well. So anyways, I wanted to show you this because this is going to be another method of outreach that will be running in the background for TJ on the outreach side. So then as messages start pouring in, he'll be able to take care of those, get on some sales calls, et cetera. And we'll end up probably building in some AI stuff to this as well. But just wanted to show you this again, right? We're in the process of building this right now on day 6, getting this ready to roll for Monday. And then we'll also be showing you how we are getting leads and getting this information as well here as we go along. So anyways, guys, that's it for today. Just wanted to showcase this to you. We got a bunch of stuff cranking, and I got to make sure that we're getting these people onboarded. So we'll catch you here at the end of day.
Hey, wrapping up day 6. It's been a really good day. Guys, we're just having really good days. And I'll tell you why we're having good days is because we're actually doing the work. Like we're showing you guys a lot of the back, like Kate's showing you a lot of the back end stuff. But also we're just like bringing in the action, which that you guys have to understand is like the action's just not going to show up. People aren't just gonna be like, "Oh yeah, I need to do this. Yeah, I'll help you." No, it's you got to do the work for it to happen, and so that's why we're already getting some really cool traction. We're going to be onboarding two people right now. Immediately, they're ready to go, which is fantastic. I had
Hmm.
one of the conversations I had with one was like, he even asked, "Well, what else are you guys doing?" And so that's just kind of another good conversation, or another great example of like building your agency, right? Like we have a couple people in the pipeline right now that could turn into uh it could turn into like $2,000 to $5,000 in MRR. And we don't know that yet, but it could, right?
Right.
And so by getting our foot in the door with some of these guys, just by doing, hey, let's get the testimonials,
Yep.
we need those to be able to put on our website. It's a big dadgum deal. And you guys have to think of it like that way is, yeah, even though we're doing something free for them, we want them to be curious. And the
Hmm.
conversation I had today, the guy was curious.
Yep.
So, Kate and I actually just wrapped up just talking about that. Like, hey, how can we kind of attack that niche a little bit or do some cool things for him? So, I'm just excited to do that. But like I said, another big day is like obviously went through and did all of our outreach, made all of our posts, gotten some more groups. You guys can see that, man, building that list is so daggum important. But, don't be scared to be posting in groups. Remember, you can use that same post in a bunch of different other groups. And you guys also saw, like, I think probably one of the biggest keys is even though getting in some of these public groups or even private groups, they have restrictions on their first post. So you want to have a post ready. You guys saw me posting pictures of my cat to just get past that little barrier, right? Just get past that little barrier. They got that little barrier up, like, who's this guy coming in our group, a public or a private group? So, I think that's a good idea to have. These are things that I'm learning. Like they put a lot of restrictions on groups. You know what I mean? It's things have changed a little bit, but that's okay. That's okay. We're gonna keep jumping through the hoops. So I'm
Yep.
fired up, man.
Yeah, and so obviously, like TJ was saying, we have a couple people that we got to onboard for the testimonials. So basically, that's what I'm been working on here today, while still continuing, building out other systems, is making sure that we get, we get these people the information they need, so that way we can get the stuff that we need, like their customer list. And again, like one of the reasons why we're showing you guys that we're doing the review service as an option to get started is because, again, it doesn't matter the industry that you go after, every business needs it. And right now we're focused on getting just some testimonials and getting our foot in the door. So it's almost like for us, it's a loss leader, but it's also the opportunity to get exposure, to get testimonials, to get feedback. And like TJ was saying, he's getting to have these conversations with some people now, and they're asking, well, do you guys do anything else? Well, yeah, we can and we do. And even if you personally maybe don't have the ability to do or offer other services, always know that there are companies out there that you can go pay to fulfill on that service for you. You don't have to be the end all be all, the one that knows how to do everything in your business. And as your business grows, you shouldn't be, right? You should eventually be able to hire team members that are specialized in those industry or those departments, right? That can help you with the growth of, being able to offer additional services and whatnot. But you can also outsource that. So, like, if granted, TJ and I have experience doing a lot of this stuff, and of course, we both have, like, we've built a company where we technically have a team that could fulfill it. But over these 30 days, we're not using our team at all. It's 100% us, and we're doing that to show you guys like how much time this actually takes, the work and effort that goes into it. But I just want you guys to know that, like, if you start with something simple that you offer, you can use that to get your foot in the door. And then even if maybe you don't know how to build websites, there are plenty of people that know how to build websites that you can go hire off of Fiverr or Upwork, or even with inside the GHL community. There are tons of people that offer those as services, that you can go pay, and then you just upsell, whatever
If they're
their cost
not,
is.
yeah.
Yeah.
If you don't think there is, go post it on the group. You will find they
Yeah.
will DM you all.
Yeah, your
Okay. So
your DMs will be blown up for the next week, for sure. But it's a great thing to know and keep in the back of your mind that, like, even if you don't know how to do it, there are people that do. You can hire them to do it on your behalf for your company, and you just you just go find out like, hey guys, like, who here fulfills on this? What do you guys charge? Show me some examples, especially like, let's just say it's a website or something. Who here builds GHL websites? This is what I need. Can you get me a quote? And then from there, whatever price they quote you, and of course, make sure they're reputable, right? It's always good to work with referrals and stuff. Maybe people that come highly recommended or referred, and whatever price they're going to charge you, then just put a markup up on top of it. Like if they're going to charge you $500, $1,000, $1,500, put a markup on top of that price. And then that way, all you got to do is go tell your client like, hey, it's going to cost this. And then this will be the ongoing for hosting, right? Because you can always put in that hosting. The beautiful thing is if it's in GHL, you could charge them, 19, 20, $47 a month for hosting. And it doesn't actually cost you anything extra, right? So just like some little things you can think about there that can help increase the MRR, that you're working to build for your agency and your SaaS or your SaaS business, whatever that might look like. But yeah, just keep that in the back of your mind that like doing something like this allows you to get your foot in the door, have more conversations, and you can go sell those additional services even if you don't personally provide them. There are plenty of people you can hire that and outsource that too, that will come in on the behalf of your company and go build that out for you. So definitely keep that in mind.
It's awesome, man. Those are really, really good points. I mean, as you guys are just starting to, whether you're wanting to build an agency or you just started yours, like just remember this stuff compounds, right? Even some of these smaller tickets, like Cade was talking about, that's okay, man. Like we're here to help these people, and the more you help them, obviously the more you provide, and you can upsell later on, right? You can say, hey, we do have this update or whatever. Like in the previous is like we have our clients on email lists of like, hey, we've got some new updates coming out. This is something we can add on, blah blah blah, whatever, So just know that even though if you do get a client, if you build a website, a one-time website, that great example, right? It might cost you to hire somebody $500 to do it. You're going to charge the client 1,000. They're pumped about it, but you're going to charge them $47 MRR. Like that's what a great, like that's a great start. You know what I mean? Because there's so many people. I'm actually having, I think I showed it in the video today. I'm having a conversation with a lady that has no web presence at all, right? But she's in Facebook groups. So just another good example of like, man, let's put together something like really, really just get foot in the door, and
Right.
really like she just needs some web presence, right?
Well,
So
see, and I'm gonna bring this up, TJ, because obviously this is our end of day recap, and I don't think you've told me about this person yet, but this is great. Like we're just now talking about this, right? And of course, this is coming to my mind because anytime we're talking about what can we offer someone, I'm thinking like, what is something we could help build for them that would make their life easier? Okay. And so TJ, like, I know we haven't really had a conversation about this person. So let's just do it now. So that everyone else can kind of hear and see. But okay. So you're saying this person, no web presence. So obviously we can provide a website, and they're just in Facebook groups adding value or making posts. What are they doing?
just in Facebook's, she's literally spraying and praying, posting like a flyer, or just posting a paragraph of like what she does. She's like, I've been posting in groups like crazy. And guys, this is in a group, right? Like you guys saw my cat photo. Like that's what started this stuff. You know what I mean? Which is hilarious because it's just a pick for attention. And I told you guys that was kind of like my approval post to get in some of these groups to get
Yep.
past the barrier. And she just started asking like, well, what type of business do you run? Because somebody said something, I posted something, which I think I showed that earlier in the video. We'll have to go back. Maybe I did. Cool. If not, we'll show it for tomorrow or whatever. But then she asked like, well, I added some value to a post, and then she was like, what do you do? And I was like, well, I do this for people, or I've done this, and this is what I do for people. And that's kind of started the conversation, right? So I know, like, I went and did a little poking around. She has no web presence, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you're right, man. It's like, what can we do to just, man, there's a lot of these people that are just starting businesses.
Yeah.
They don't know what to do, right?
Right.
But
Well,
they're
see,
just literally posting a paragraph in 100 Facebook groups
Yeah.
daily going, man, I hope some business shows up.
right. Well, see, and that's where like this is a great example where we could potentially provide her with a website. But we could also potentially provide her with an automation that every day it creates 2, 3, 4 value post ideas around what she does, just like what we're doing. We are creating value posts around what we do to share it with the audience of people that we serve, which is just local businesses. It doesn't matter what local business, local business we're serving, right? So now we could also offer her like, hey, like I don't know how much time it takes you, but here's one of the things that we do. We could build this for you, and then like it's something that we could build out with a mixture of some different AI stuff, and now all of a sudden we have another $47 service, $97 service, whatever we want to charge for it. That's now helping her create just the content. Like, hey, this is your business, right? So this is what you do. We're going to take that information. We're going to use AI to help write a value post for you every day that now you can go share in these groups.
And I showed that to you guys earlier a few days ago, kind of like when we were getting started, like figuring out a value post. And I told you guys, like, I changed my value post. Well, and then I changed it again because I was sitting there paying attention to the groups, doing a lot of reading, comments, this, that, and I'm like, I need to change that a little bit. I was going back and reading it every day and then going, I need to change it just a little bit more. So it's what Cade's talking about it's awesome, man. Like we're doing this from scratch with no like really help or anything. Obviously, ChatGPT can give you some ideas, but at the end of the day, guys, everybody knows if you write it in ChatGPT.
Yeah, it's pretty obvious. Like even even the ones that like try to change it or the ones that remove the M dashes, like you can tell because it's the way it's like structured, or it's always something like, oh, I love seeing this with blah blah blah, or congrats on your, like, you guys, using chat gpt is great, and you can get it to learn how to write like you if you train it over time, right? Absolutely, you can get it to use your tone of voice the way you would write it, but it takes time to kind of build that up. And so you can't just go to chat gpt and say, how would you respond to this, or how can I provide value to every post? No, like, you have to make it your own. And more importantly, it's even better if you can share an experience that you've had, like, or whether that's your own personal experience, or maybe you're sharing an experience that maybe a friend of yours had, or an experience that someone knows had, or maybe maybe a client or customer of yours has had. Like, sharing more like real time, like real life experiences, a lot of times is going to come across more authentic, right? And the biggest thing is being authentic to yourself, because people can tell when you're being authentic in the comments and in the groups. Like, you can just tell.
It's true. I mean,
Yeah.
even the post that I showed you guys that I made on my personal Facebook, that's a real story. Like everything about that is 100% real. And it's just, it made a lot of sense. And obviously I had to structure it kind of correctly because we wanted people to understand, like, all right, cool, I'm going to read this thing. They're going to read a story about me, which is cool. And then of like, hey, here's what I'm doing and here's my ask. I'm looking for 10 business owners of, the review system, right? And so it's I don't want you guys to think like you have to be perfect right off the bat. Like this is a learning thing. Like we're learning stuff right now every day still, you know what I mean? Even though we've been doing this for a while, like things change, you know what I mean? So you have to adapt. And it's just part of the game. But you guys can kind of see, like, even we're on day 6, like things are getting better, right? We're like, oh, cool, I learned something. Oh, cool, I learned something. And I might not be telling you guys all that, but I am learning some things. I know I've mentioned that too. Like, hey, ooh, I just learned that. That's a good idea. I just learned how to overcome that.
Yeah.
That was great.
Yep. Yeah, it's constantly evolving, constantly changing. So it's compounding, man. We already got some people we're onboarding for the case study and getting some testimonials from people. Some of those, for sure, one of them is interested in some additional services. Actually, I think 2, because I think one's interested in potentially doing some ads, and I think the other one needs a website. But there's other conversations that TJ's having, right? He has that potential customer from earlier in the week that he hopped on an actual Zoom call and helped him solve a problem. The plan is to have more conversation with them here next week, I think, as soon as they get us a list of all the services they're paying for, so we can take a look into that further for them. And then I know he's having some other conversations too that he's showing you guys on his side. And meanwhile, I'm focused on making sure that we have the systems and making sure that people are having a good experience, and getting people in the door and onboarded, using the service, having success with the service. Like, I'm focused behind the scenes, getting stuff rocking and rolling while he's out there, getting the name out there, having the exposure, the conversations, doing the sales side thing. And again, like, if you don't have someone that you're doing this with, it's okay. Like, this is something you can go do on your own. It might take a little more time, depending on how much time you had to put into it. But also keep in mind, like, we're not using any of our resources, which I know we've said a few different times. Like, we're not using our teams. We're not using our funds. We're using nothing but just straight sweat equity and the knowledge that we have learned. So this doesn't mean that you have to take the same path, right? Like, you can, if you have available funds, use those funds to either help hire a team or freelancers to help with these different aspects of your business, putting money into marketing. Like, these are all things that, like, keep in mind. We are just trying to show that we can build something and show you guys how we built businesses before from nothing and using no money, nothing but time, energy, effort, to actually build it up and grow it. And so that's our whole purpose behind doing that. And, like, once we get these first clients in the door that generate some revenue, like we've said in some of our other videos, we're going to show you exactly where we go put that money to then help grow and scale. Now, the first thing we're most likely going to do is be putting that money behind some ads, getting some additional revenue coming in, or not revenue, but additional leads, which then, of course, leads to more revenue for the business. And then eventually that will then turn into, all right, now we got money to hire a team because we have enough business coming in consistently where now we can look at hiring somebody to maybe fulfill on a portion of the business or doing something that's kind of like the routine, like, oh, this person came in, check, 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 done, right? Like, and so then we can start to hire out and process out different portions of the business. Now, will that happen in 30 days? Not necessarily, right? Building a team can take time, finding the right people, having the right processes, the SOPs, but that's our whole point behind showing you everything we're doing every single day. And that's why in a lot of my videos, I'm showing you how we're even processing things out in a specific way to be prepared for the future growth when we start hiring team members. So that way we have these things mapped out. We have SOPs, we have checklists, like I showed you that. I think that might have been like day 3 or day 4. I don't remember exactly, but I showed you ClickUp and how we're structuring our ClickUp and how we build that out and how we create templates for checklists for different services, right? Everything we're doing here is to show you how we're building the business, not to just get it to 10K a month, but how we're structuring everything on the back end to also have it prepared to be able to bring in team members and hire people, the whole thing from start to scratch. So
I think this is cool. I'm not sure like a timeline for somebody that's maybe working just a part-time job or a full-time job and trying to do this, but
right.
man, it's pretty darn cool that you can build something from scratch with no money, because Cade knows as well as I know, like, there are some businesses that we've started with nothing. There's others that we've had to sink in a lot of money into, right?
Yeah.
This is really cool because it's just about time. It's more about time than anything. It's where you invest in your time. And so if you can, like I said, man, if you're working a full-time job now, if you're thinking like, man, think about this, like in the next like 60, 90 days, if you do the work, you could build something to where you might be able to replace your income.
Right.
Like, that's huge. And then you just build from there, right?
Or even just supplement too, like for some people,
sure.
even just supplement an extra $300, $400, $500 a month is a big thing for a lot of people, because I know not everyone's like, oh yeah, I want to go build a business that's making me $100,000 a year or $10,000 a month. Like, I know that's not for everyone. I get that, and I think that's just one of the beautiful things with the online world too, and having the ability to use softwares and systems like GHL where you can go resell it as your own. It's making the ability for people to earn money online just like, I'm not going to say easy because it's not easy, but it's opening up the opportunity for people to have that chance to do. Because I know, like for me, the first brick and mortar, the first technical real business I started with an LLC and everything. It was a brick and mortar company, and it was a pest control company. And thankfully, one of my partners had the funds to get it started, but I slept on the couch for 14 months in the shop building that business. Like I didn't pay I paid myself, I think $500 a month. And the housing cost was the shop that I had a gym membership to shower every night. And so building that business was definitely way more, um, I don't want to say stressful, but there was a lot more involved there comparatively to, because now you have equipment, you have trucks, we had chemical, we had licensing, we had all these laws and regulations we had to adhere to. There was just so much more involved. And Base was like, look, you either have to make it or you're done for. Where this, like, and granted, there's other systems out there you can go, like, white label and do, go make money with online. But GHL has made it very simple for people to get in that game. And at $297 a month, like, a lot of people can figure out $297 a month to have an opportunity to go make some additional income and build something. Because we were that shop cost us $2,500 a month, so it's like we got to make that money and make sure that everything's paid for, and that wasn't including like insurance. That was just the shop rent, So yeah, it's totally different game here in the online and being able to resell high level like this. So
No, I think it's cool. And like, just think about what your goals, like what you want to, I think even for a lot of people that are building agencies or whatever, it's, man, if I could just make an extra $500 to $1,000 a month, that's enough in 6 months that I can take my family on vacation.
mm-hmm.
Dude, I think people need to take more vacations. Straight up. That's my thing. I was like, take more vacations. If you could make a little bit extra money with your side hustle or whatever it is, if that's what your thing is, I think that's what's important to me is, but if you're thinking about like, man, what are kind of my goals with this? Just start off with a goal like that. Like, dude, I'm going to make an extra couple $1,000s this year just so I can take my family on vacations. So, it's whatever hits home for you.
Yep. So other than that, that's day 6, guys. Here's the end of the day, and day 7 tomorrow. Hopefully we'll have a few more people that will be ready to onboard. And then I'm thinking probably next week 2 of this venture, we should have some paying customers coming through. So
we should have some action for sure. There's a lot in the pipeline, which is great. So
all right, guys, day 6 is done. We'll see you for day 7.
See you, boys.
Later.
Woo!